don't mean to be too much of a whiner, but these bikes are kind of hard on all of us.
I mean to be a whiner. They weigh like 1,000 pounds.
Mine is sized for probably a 14-year-old kid. So we decided against the 3,500 foot climb, and we got a shuttle up to the top. We're
no regrets.
What do you think, Kelsey?
No, I'm sure it would have been possible. I just think it would have murdered me.
Good morning. And a beautiful morning it was. It had rained all night, hard. But as the sun burned off the low-lying clouds, the rain left the world refreshed and invigorated. We moved slow as we had to wait for our shuttle, and we walked into town for souvenirs to send home before the van arrived and took us to the top of the pass. Well, good morning. We're here at the top of Šoriška Planica, a ski area here in Slovenia, and we actually got a ride to the top of this pass. We decided after yesterday's climb on these bikes, I don't mean to be too much of a whiner, but these bikes are kind of hard on all of us.
I mean to be a whiner.
Well, there's Bailey. And yeah,
they weigh like 1,000 pounds.
I think I mentioned earlier, mine is sized for probably a 14-year-old kid. Except it's got a very long seat post. So they were like, yeah, it'll work for you perfectly fine. So we decided against the 3,500 foot climb, and we got a shuttle up to the top.
No regrets.
No regrets. We're here to enjoy ourselves. What do you think, Kelsey?
I mean, Kelsey and I rode all the way to the top. He took the shuttle. We rode. We're not even out of breath.
No, I'm sure it would have been possible. I just think it would have murdered me.
Actually, Kelsey was killing it yesterday. She lives in San Francisco and she bikes to work, so she is used to the hills. Yeah,
but my bike ride is like 3.5 miles.
Yeah.
And there's one hill. A 300-foot climb instead of a 3,000-foot climb, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it would have been rough.
Yeah. It's been a beautiful morning, but looks like we got some weather coming in, so we'll probably hit a little bit of weather on the way down. Before we make it to our next destination, which I honestly can't remember what it is, but we'll get there. It's beautiful here in Slovenia. Love it. And we're off.
Yeah.
It's chilly. It's a cool morning. Really cool. Oh my goodness. Wow. It wasn't long before we were provided with some of the most amazing views of the Julian Alps, and we found ourselves sailing into a gorgeous valley. Rough road here. All the way down, actually.
Yeah. So I think we should just continue on the road.
You believe how amazing this stuff is? This is incredible. Wow. Yeah, this is beautiful. So straight, right?
Not right.
Okay. Coming from Colorado, we're used to mountainous terrain, used to awe-inspiring mountains and views that seem to go on forever. But this is something completely different. These lush green valleys, these alpine villages, and absolutely picture-perfect mountains simply have to be seen to be believed. Everybody has a different way of imagining heaven. This is as close as anything I've ever witnessed. The road eventually led us from this magnificent meadow-filled basin down valley, winding through the serene countryside of the Julian Alps. This mountain range may not be as well known as the Swiss or Bavarian Alps, or the Dolomites of Italy, but that's partly what makes it so special. This region still seems comparatively undiscovered. The villages aren't as thronged with tourists, and it still has a feeling of old-world Europe. Perhaps this is due to the fact that this whole nation was part of Yugoslavia, a renegade part of the communist bloc that benighted Eastern Europe for the second half of the 20th century. It was cut off in some ways from the Western world, and in all ways it was economically repressed. Zelezniki is a history of iron smelting, dating back to the 1400s. We stopped for lunch by an old blast furnace dating from 1826.
Poor little kitty, hungry, got nothing to eat. Julianna's not here.
And then we resumed our day's journey, riding through the villages and past to the fields and forests, via bike paths and winding farm roads, but always along the lovely Skofja River. We were heading for the town of Skofja Loka, our stop for the night. At some point we reached a busier highway, with no shoulders, but with kind drivers, and it carved a beautiful route through the mountains.
So, Kels, how do you like this? Does this feel pretty sketchy to you, this kind of riding?
No, it's fine.
No.
All the drivers are really respectful.
They are, actually.
Like I've
They're
got
very
like
respectful.
3 feet of space by everyone passing.
I know.
And I
And nobody honks and nobody seems impatient. They just wait, play it safe,
Yeah.
and they zoom past you.
Yeah.
You get it out of the way.
Yeah, no, it seems fine as long as you know where you're biking.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that's one thing about biking in the city that it just makes you
yeah,
more used to sketchy stuff.
yeah. Gee, where's Bailey coming from?
Pissing.
You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a pretty little valley here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
At length we reached the enchanting medieval city of Skofja Loka.
Here's the view outside our hotel in Skofja Loka.
After the requisite shower, we found a trail that led up to the town castle, but with lovely diversions along the way. It seems only right to begin our discovery of the town with a bird's eye view, and the castle commands a fabulous vantage of the town below.
Oh, this is pretty.
Live in the Skofja Loka.
Skofja Loka.
Skofja Loka.
Skofja Loka.
Yes. I like red roofs. Roofs? Do you say roofs?
I don't think you do.
Roofs?
Gotta get the 360 here. Guess we're going this way.
Audience is gonna think that I'm antisocial.
And then we drop down into the Old Town, one of the best preserved medieval centers in the country, allowing ourselves to get lost in the maze of narrow streets. We found ourselves at the Capuchin Bridge, the oldest preserved bridge in all of Slovenia. Everywhere there were cyclists, perhaps because Ljubljana, the capital, is less than 15 miles away. We found a spot to enjoy a local beer. With a view of the bridge, of course. And then dropped into a restaurant, a bit early, but were treated to yet another magnificent Slovenian meal.
Skofja Loka.
In the 1,000 years of its existence, Skofja Loka has had a violent history. It's been ravaged repeatedly by plague and by fire and at least one major earthquake. It's been attacked by the Ottomans, occupied by the Nazis and then by the Communists, and endured multiple peasant revolts. We walked back to our hotel through the enchanting and now peaceful streets, grateful to live in the relatively stable times that we do.